Hey there, what's up? Ever felt stuck when trying to speak English, afraid of making mistakes and being judged? I totally get it. We study and study, but when the moment comes, our tongue just seems to tie itself in knots, right? But hey, chill out. What if I gave you another secret trick to unlock your speaking and help you finally master English before it's too late? Just imagine missing out on incredible opportunities because you can't communicate in English, that dream job, that unforgettable trip, the chance to connect with people from all over the world. In this video, I'm gonna show you the way to unlock your speaking and start communicating with confidence. So get ready to master English once and for all with the secrets from Learn English Secrets. Get ready to unlock your English today and reach your goals. Oh, and before I forget, if you want to uncover all the English secrets, be sure to subscribe to the channel, cause we always have something cool to show you. So let's go. Speaking is essential. So, you really want to master English, right? The kind of English that lets you chat with native speakers without breaking a sweat, understand your favorite movies without subtitles, and even impress in a job interview. Well, the secret isn't spending hours memorizing grammar or piling up endless vocabulary lists. The big trick is, believe it or not, simply speaking. I know it sounds obvious, but the truth is many people freeze up at this stage. They're afraid of making mistakes, of embarrassing themselves, of not being understood. But let me tell you something, making mistakes is part of the process. It's like riding a bike. You don't start pedaling like a pro right away. You fall, scrape your knee, get up, and try again. And with each fall, you learn a little more until suddenly you're riding without even realizing it. It's the same with English. Every time you open your mouth to speak, even if you make a mistake, you're activating your memory, reinforcing what you've already learned, and building your confidence. And trust me, confidence is one of the most important ingredients for fluency. Think about it, when you were a kid learning to speak your native language, nobody corrected you every time you said a word wrong. Your parents and family encouraged you, celebrated your progress, and gave you the confidence to keep trying. That's the same attitude you need to have with English. Don't be afraid to take risks, to invent, to use the words you already know, even if they're not the most perfect ones. The important thing is to communicate, to make the sound come out of your mouth and turn into something that makes sense. And don't be fooled, speaking doesn't just mean repeating ready-made phrases or memorizing dialogues. It means using English to express your own ideas, your feelings, your opinions. It means turning theoretical knowledge into practical skill. And the best part is that the more you speak, the more familiar you become with the language. Your pronunciation improves, your rhythm becomes more natural, and you start to internalize the grammatical structures without even realizing it. And then, my friend, when you least expect it, you'll be ready to take the next step, boosting your vocabulary and mastering collocations, those combinations of words that sound supernatural to native speakers. But hold on, we'll get there. For now, focus on speaking. Vocabulary first. How about boosting your word arsenal? Because, let's face it, you can't go very far with a limited vocabulary. It's like trying to build a house without bricks. You may have the best blueprint in the world, but without the right materials, the construction doesn't get off the ground. Learning new words is like collecting tools for your skills toolbox. Each new term you learn gives you more power of expression, allows you to communicate your ideas with more precision and nuance. It's like you're unlocking new levels of communication. Imagine you want to describe a sunset. If you only know the word beautiful, your description will be kind of generic, bland. But if you know words like radiant, vibrant, breathtaking, your description comes to life, transports the person to that magical moment. And don't be scared by the idea of memorizing endless lists of words. The secret is to learn vocabulary intelligently, focusing on the areas that are most relevant to you. If you like sports, for example, start by learning the terms related to your favorite sport. If you work in technology, focus on the vocabulary of your field. And don't forget to use the words you've learned in real phrases and situations. It's no use just knowing the meaning of the word if you don't know how to use it correctly. It's like having a key and not knowing which door it opens. And believe me, the more vocabulary you master, the more confident you feel to speak. It's like you're building a solid foundation for your communication. You know you have the right tools to express yourself, and that gives you the confidence to take risks, to experiment, to have fun with the language. And this confidence is essential to avoid those blocks that happen when you're trying to speak. You know when you want to say something, but the word just disappears from your head? That happens to everyone, but the more vocabulary you have, the less likely it is to happen. And then, my friend, when you least expect it, you'll be ready to master collocations, those combinations of words that sound supernatural to native speakers. But hold on, we'll get there. For now, focus on learning, using, and having fun with vocabulary. And speaking of vocabulary, tell me in the comments, what was the last new word you learned in English? And how do you plan to use it in a conversation? Efficient collocations. So, you're already boosting your vocabulary, feeling more confident when you speak, but you feel like something's still missing, that your sentences sound kind of artificial, kind of robotic. Well, the secret to giving your English a touch of naturalness is in collocations. Collocations are combinations of words that native speakers use naturally without even thinking. They're already programmed into the brain. They're like pieces of a puzzle that fit together perfectly, creating a pleasant and familiar sound. There are collocations like heavy rain, strong coffee, make a decision. If you try to translate these expressions literally, the result may be strange or even funny. And why are collocations so important? Because they help you express yourself more naturally and authentically. They make you sound like a native speaker, even if you're not fluent yet. In addition, collocations help you organize your vocabulary more efficiently. Instead of learning individual words, you learn combinations that already make sense, that already have a context. It's like you're building ready-made phrases that you can use in various situations. And believe me, mastering collocations helps you avoid common mistakes that many English learners make. You know, when you try to translate an expression from another language into English and the result sounds weird, that's because you're not using the correct collocations. So, how do you learn collocations? There are several ways. You can read books and articles in English, pay attention to the combinations of words that the authors use. You can watch movies and series in English, notice the expressions that the characters use. You can use collocation dictionaries which show you the most common combinations for each word. The important thing is to practice, to use the collocations you've learned in real phrases and situations. The more you use them, the more natural they become. And then, my friend, when you least expect it, you'll be mastering collocations like a native, giving your English a touch of naturalness and authenticity. But hold on, we'll get there. For now, focus on learning, using, and having fun with collocations. Vocabulary in context. Now, how about taking it a step further and starting to learn vocabulary in context? Because, let's face it, it's no use just knowing the meaning of a word or the correct combination if you don't know when and how to use it in real life. Learning vocabulary in context means learning words and expressions within sentences, texts, and real situations. It's like you're watching a movie and learning the script instead of just reading the subtitles. Think about it, if you want to learn the word awkward, it's not enough to know that it means that. You need to see the word being used in phrases like, there was an awkward silence, or I felt awkward when I spilled my drink on her. And why is learning vocabulary in context so important? Because it helps you understand the meaning of the word in different situations. It helps you see how the word relates to other words. It helps you internalize the correct usage of the word. In addition, learning vocabulary in context helps you expand your knowledge on a particular topic. If you want to learn about cooking, for example, you can read recipes in English, watch cooking shows in English, talk to chefs in English. This way, you learn words and expressions related to cooking in a natural and fun way. And believe me, learning vocabulary in context helps you prepare for real conversations. You know when you're talking to someone and you don't know how to express a certain idea. That's because you haven't learned the vocabulary in context. You know the meaning of the words, but you don't know how to put them together to form a coherent sentence. So, how do you learn vocabulary in context? There are several ways. You can read books and articles in English, pay attention to the words and expressions that the authors use. You can watch movies and series in English, notice the lines of the characters. You can talk to native English speakers, ask how they use certain words and expressions. The important thing is to practice, to use the words and expressions you've learned in real phrases and situations. The more you use them, the more natural they become. And then, my friend, when you least expect it, you'll be mastering vocabulary in context like a native, expressing your ideas with clarity, precision, and naturalness. But hold on, we'll get there. For now, focus on learning, using, and having fun with vocabulary in context. Written sentences. We've seen a lot of cool tips so far, but how about improving your writing skills? Because, let's face it, writing sentences in English is a great way to solidify what you've learned, to organize your thoughts, and to prepare for even more fluent conversations. Writing sentences in English is like building a map of your mind. It's a way to put your ideas on paper, to shape your thoughts, to organize your ideas in a logical and coherent way. Think about it, when you write a sentence in English, you're activating various areas of your brain. You're thinking about grammar, vocabulary, sentence structure, the tone of the message. It's a complete exercise that helps you internalize the language more deeply. In addition, writing sentences in English helps you prepare for speaking. It's like you're rehearsing for a presentation. You practice the sentences you want to use, you experiment with different ways of expressing your ideas, you familiarize yourself with the rhythm and sound of the language. And believe me, writing sentences in English helps you overcome the fear of making mistakes. You know when you freeze up when you speak because you're afraid of making a mistake. That happens because you don't feel confident with your knowledge of the language. But when you write sentences in English, you have the opportunity to review what you've written, to correct your mistakes, to learn from your mistakes. So, how do you start writing sentences in English? There are several ways. You can start by writing simple sentences about your day. You can write sentences about your hobbies, your interests, your dreams. You can write sentences about the books you read, the movies you watch, the music you listen to. The important thing is to practice, to write sentences every day. The more you write, the easier it becomes to express your ideas in English. And believe me, the more you write, the more confident you feel to speak. Oh, and since you're there, take the opportunity and tell me in the comments, what was the last sentence in English that you wrote today? Let's exchange experiences and inspire each other. Speaking alone. Practicing speaking alone is a super powerful technique for you to gain autonomy in English. Even if you don't have a friend or partner to talk to, don't worry. You can develop your fluency by practicing alone, repeating the sentences you wrote, remember? Talking to yourself helps you correct pronunciation and intonation right away. It's like having a mirror that reflects exactly what you're saying. And the best of all, you can experiment without fear of judgment. It's a totally free environment for you to let go without any pressure. This strengthens your self-confidence, and you can't even imagine how much. Those self-talk exercises, they're great for you to familiarize yourself with different situations in English. Imagine you're ordering a coffee or introducing yourself in a meeting. Each monologue prepares you for real conversations, adapting the language to your daily needs. It's like you're creating an avatar in English which represents you in any situation. This method accelerates the internalization of expressions and structures you've already learned. Private practice becomes a laboratory where mistakes turn into valuable learning. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. We learn by making mistakes, don't we? And the good thing about being alone is that nobody will judge you for it. By getting used to speaking without external pressures, you get closer and closer to the constant habit of thinking in English. And this, my friend, is a game changer. It's the moment when the language stops being an obligation and becomes part of your daily life. It's as if English becomes a second nature, something that flows naturally in your mind. Remember, the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And the more natural, the more confident you become. So don't be afraid to talk to yourself. Use this technique in your favor and see how your fluency will take off. Turn your room into a stage, your mirror into an audience, and your voice into an English show. You'll be surprised by the results. And if someone catches you talking to yourself, relax. Say you're just practicing your secret English. Thinking in English. Training your mind to operate in English is a giant step towards fluency, It's like flipping the switch in your brain to English on mode. This change of mentality makes the answers come more naturally and quickly. It's as if English is always there, available, ready to be used. Incorporating the language into daily thoughts reduces that mental translation we do all the time. When you think something in your native language and need to translate it into English before speaking. So that step disappears, your reactions become more automatic, facilitating fluency in real situations. It's like you're driving a car. At first, you need to think about every move, but over time, everything happens naturally. Thinking in English helps build direct connections between ideas and words without intermediaries. Over time, you'll be surprised at how quickly the phrases come to your head. It's as if your brain creates a direct shortcut to English without having to go through your native language. This gradual practice turns the language into an integral part of your mental process. By adopting this strategy, communication becomes more spontaneous and less planned. It's like you're dreaming in English. The words simply flow effortlessly. Developing this skill naturally leads you to incorporate intuitive writing, as in a diary. Making daily notes in English is the perfect way to consolidate this mental and linguistic immersion. It's like you're watering a plant every day. Over time, it grows and flourishes. Think in English while cooking, driving, listening to music. Any daily activity can be an opportunity to train your brain. At first, it may seem difficult, but with practice, you'll see how it becomes easier and more natural. And remember, the important thing is not to give up. With persistence and dedication, you will master English and think like a native. Diary in English. Keeping a diary in English is an incredible way to record your experiences and thoughts. Did you know? It's like having an imaginary friend who listens to you without judging. Writing about your day creates a routine that strengthens the mastery of vocabulary and grammar in a super personal way. It's like you're building a book of your life in English. The diary allows you to reflect on your progress and identify areas that you need to improve. By reporting your activities, you observe your evolution and the nuances that you need to refine. It's like you're watching a replay of your life, with the possibility of analyzing each play and learning from mistakes. This practice stimulates the habit of writing and helps you transform the language into part of your daily life. Each note serves as a review and preparation for future conversations, addressing diverse topics. It's like you're creating a database of experiences in English, ready to be accessed at any time. Recording your thoughts and plans in English helps to fix structures and expressions that you have already studied. The daily exercise reinforces the practice and makes the language more accessible and natural in your day-to-day. It's as if you're muscling your brain in English, strengthening it every day. This integrated exercise highlights the importance of building confidence in developing your skills. As you get used to writing and reflecting, new strategies emerge to overcome shyness in speaking. It's as if you're preparing for a big show, rehearsing each note and each step until you feel completely safe to go on stage. And since we're talking about shows, what was the most amazing show you've ever been to? Or what show are you dying to go to? Tell me in the comments. It can be in your native language, but how about trying to describe in English what your experience would be like? Confidence in speaking. Developing confidence is essential to overcome hesitation and speak naturally, It's like you're building a shield against fear. Accepting mistakes as part of the process is essential to free yourself and express yourself without fear. Nobody is born knowing everything, right? So relax and enjoy the journey. Reading exercises aloud help you strengthen self-confidence and familiarize yourself with the sound of your own voice. This practice transforms the perception of your mistakes, reinforcing the idea that each rehearsal is a step towards fluency. It's as if you're tuning a musical instrument. The more you practice, the better it sounds. Imagining that you are speaking to a large audience can relieve the pressure of individual conversations. Visualizing an impartial audience stimulates correction and continuous improvement of your verbal performance. It's like you're training for an important speech. The more you prepare, the more confident you feel. Reinforcing the constant learning of vocabulary, grammar, and expressions helps you build a solid foundation. The daily reinforcement of these elements creates a firm foundation for self-confidence in oral interaction. Thus, confidence is gradually built, preparing you to turn practice into a lasting habit. When you feel safe when speaking, the continuity of daily practice promises surprising results. It's as if you're planting a seed. With the right time and care, it germinates, grows, and bears fruit. Remember, confidence is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. So don't be afraid to expose yourself, to make mistakes, to speak in public. Each challenge overcome makes you stronger and more confident. And most importantly, believe in yourself. You are capable of learning English and achieving the fluency you want so much. Constant practice. Daily practice is the fuel of all your evolution in English, It's like you're feeding your brain with knowledge. Establishing an exercise routine combining speaking, writing, and reading accelerates learning in an integrated way. It's as if you're taking care of a little plant, watering, fertilizing, and giving sun so that it grows strong and healthy. Combining different methods makes studying more dynamic and interesting. By alternating activities, your mind remains active and open to the nuances of the language, promoting continuous improvements. It's like you're varying the menu of your diet, experimenting with new flavors and nutrients to keep your body strong and healthy. Adjusting the practice according to your individual needs and challenges is essential. This flexibility allows learning to keep up with your rhythm and fit perfectly into your routine. Incorporating moments of self-assessment and reflection strengthens your linguistic journey. Reviewing progress and identifying obstacles are strategies that guarantee constant evolution in fluency. It's as if you're taking stock of your life, analyzing the results, learning from mistakes, and drawing up new plans for the future. By using all these strategies consistently, progress becomes inevitable. The union of practice, confidence, and method brings not only results but also the pleasure of mastering a new language. And remember, the important thing is not speed but direction. Don't worry if you're not progressing as fast as you'd like. The important thing is to keep practicing a little each day. Over time, you will reach the fluency you want so much. And when you get there, you will realize that all the effort was worth it. So keep practicing and never give up. Conclusion. Alright folks, did you enjoy unlocking these secrets with me? I hope so. Now let's put everything into practice and unlock this English once and for all. Remember, the secret is to speak, practice, and not be afraid of making mistakes. After all, to err is human and we learn by making mistakes, right? And speaking of learning, don't forget to leave that awesome like to strengthen the channel and show that you're enjoying the content. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the red button and activate the bell so you don't miss any new videos. Oh, and as usual, let's test your listening and comprehension skills. Prepare your ears and mind for our secret phrase of today. Collocation in context, the key to. So, did you catch the message? Now I want to see your creativity. Write in the comments what you understood and complete the phrase in a fun way. I want to see who will have the most original answer. And to finish with a golden key, remember, with Learn English Secrets, the secret of English is within your reach. Stay dedicated and continue exploring the Learn English secrets by watching this video or this playlist right here. See you in the next video.